Here's something nobody talks about enough. Building rental income isn't about having a fat bank account or knowing some secret nobody tells you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find your first rental property, structure the deal so it actually cash flows, and have a simple system to manage tenants without losing your mind. And the third piece I'm going to share, most people skip it entirely until it costs them tens of thousands of dollars. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get into it. All right, let's start with the easy win. Most people think finding a rental property means scrolling through Zillow until something catches your eye. That is the slowest path to real estate wealth there is. Here's what actually works. The first step is picking the right market. And I mean really picking it, not just choosing somewhere you think looks nice. The data is brutally clear on this one. Cities where the local economy is growing create rental demand that pushes your income up year after year. I'm talking specifically about markets where job growth is above 2% annually, population is increasing, and rents haven't already spiked to the moon. Here's a perfect example. Look at what happened in Huntsville, Alabama. NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center brought in thousands of high-paying engineering jobs. Median rent in Huntsville climbed from $1,100 in 2019 to over $1,500 by 2023. Investors who bought there in 2020 and 2021 locked in low purchase prices before the wave hit. They are making bank right now. Now here's the mistake most beginners make. They chase the popular markets: Austin, Miami, Phoenix, places every YouTube video is already talking about. But by the time the whole world knows about a market, the purchase prices are already inflated and your cash flow potential drops significantly. What you want is a market nobody's paying attention to yet with real economic drivers on the horizon. Look for cities with a major university, a growing hospital system, or incoming companies that are announcing expansions. These create sustained demand for housing. Knoxville, Tennessee is a perfect example. The University of Tennessee brings 50,000 students and staff every year, and the city has been attracting tech companies relocating from expensive coastal cities. Median rent climbed 8% in 2 years. That's the kind of trend working in your favor. So, step one is simple. Before you look at a single property, find a market where the economic foundation supports rising rents. That decision will matter more than anything else you do. Now here's where it gets more interesting. You found your market. Now, how do you actually find properties that make financial sense? Most buyers start with online listings, but that is backward. By the time a property shows up on Zillow, it's been seen by hundreds of other investors. The best deals happen off market. Here's what you actually do. Drive through the neighborhoods you're targeting. Look for sale by owner signs. Those owners are motivated enough to skip the agent, which means they might actually negotiate on price. Also look for properties that have been sitting on the market for 60 days or longer. A motivated seller will be more flexible on terms. Now, here's the financing move that changes everything for first-timers. Most people assume they need 20% down to buy a rental property. That is only true if you want to get a traditional investment loan right out of the gate. Here's a smarter path. Use an FHA loan. Yes, the same one you would use for your primary residence. These allow down payments as low as 3.5% on properties with up to 4 units. Buy a duplex, live in one side, and rent out the other. Your tenant's rent covers most of your mortgage. This strategy has a name. It's called house hacking. Let me make this concrete. You buy a duplex for $220,000. Your 3.5% down payment is under $8,000. The left side rents for $1,300 a month. Your total mortgage, taxes, and insurance might be $1,500. You live on the right side and cover the remaining $200 out of pocket. That is a whole lot better than throwing $22,000 down plus closing costs. And you can live there for a year, then move out and convert both units to rentals. That's how people build wealth fast in real estate. Another thing, always negotiate seller concessions. This means asking the seller to cover some of your closing costs or reduce the purchase price by 2%. On a $200,000 property, that is $4,000 back in your pocket. That money goes toward repairs, furnishing the unit, or keeping your reserves intact. Now, I want to make sure you're getting real value here. If this is clicking for you, hit that subscribe button. I put out videos like this every week, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. All right, here is the piece that most people never think about until it's too late. It is the difference between a rental property that barely breaks even and one that makes you wealthier every single year, regardless of what the market does. This is the one I've been saving for you. Most landlords look at one thing: monthly rent. That is a massive mistake. The real money in rental property comes from 4 different return streams, and most investors only focus on one. Number 1 is rental income. Number 2 is property appreciation. Number 3 is principal paydown. the mortgage slowly getting paid off by your tenant's rent. And number 4 is the tax benefit from depreciation. Here's why this changes everything. Let's say you buy a property for $220,000 and it appreciates at just 4% per year. That is $8,800 added to your net worth in year 1 alone. Meanwhile, on a standard 30-year mortgage, during the first 5 years, your tenant is paying down the principal fast. Roughly $6,000 in equity buildup per year from their payments. You add that to the appreciation, and you're looking at $15,000 in total wealth creation in year 1. That's not just rent money. That's a machine working for you. Now, the depreciation piece is where it gets seriously good. The tax code allows you to deduct a portion of your property's value every year, even though real estate almost always goes up in value. This is a gift from the government to encourage real estate investment. On a $220,000 property, that depreciation deduction is roughly $8,000 per year. That reduces your taxable rental income, potentially saving you thousands at tax time. You get to write off the property even as it climbs in value. That is how wealthy people legally pay less in taxes. Let me connect all 4 streams together with a real example. Say you buy a duplex for $220,000 with an FHA loan. Monthly rent comes in at $1,300. You estimate around $200 monthly for maintenance and vacancy reserves, plus your mortgage and insurance. You might be looking at positive cash flow of $300 to $400 per month after all expenses. Then, year 1, your property appreciates by $8,000 to $9,000. Your tenant pays down another $6,000 in principal. Your depreciation saves you roughly $2,000 in taxes. That is potentially $17,000 to $18,000 in total return on a property you put less than $8,000 down on. That is a return on investment that the stock market simply cannot match. So here's the shift that changes how you evaluate every property. Stop asking, what is the rent? Start asking, what are all 4 return streams worth over 10 years? That question will change every decision you make. Here's the thing. You don't need to be wealthy to start building rental income. You need to pick the right market, find properties the smart way, use financing strategies that don't drain your savings, and lock onto all 4 return streams from day 1. That is how regular people build real wealth through real estate. It is not complicated. It just requires knowing the steps. I put together a free rental income calculator for you. It will help you figure out whether a specific property actually makes sense financially. Link is in the description. No email required. Just plug in your numbers and get a clear picture. Use it. If you got value from this, share it with someone who is just getting started. And hit subscribe. I've got more videos coming that break down the details even further. See you in the next one.